Before we get started, a big thank you to all of my supporters over on Patreon and on Twitch, with the Patreon people coming up on screen now. A big thank you to my legendary supporters, Mike, Kira, Truck Driving Gamer, and Obi-Wan Kanzi. Thank you guys, I really very much appreciate it. If you would like to help support me and the channel, then you can head over to twitch.tv/mandatoryquest and drop a sub over there. Or you can go over to patreon.com/mandatoryquest and become a Patreon member for some early access to some videos and some behind the scenes stuff. We are finally done with scenario 10, but we are now on to the next scenario in the chain, which is number 18, Crystal Fields. So last we left up, we did finally manage to beat that scenario. So we're now onwards into the quest chain. I figured let's just go straight onto the next ones directly in the chain. We did get a new item. So we got wild growth seeds, which is really, really nice from the last episode, which allows us to, during our turn, create one hex obstacle and an adjacent empty hex. Small item that we've got on our trapper now. So excited about that. I did also put an extra 10 XP on each of my two characters. I didn't have time to look back at specifically how much XP I earned in the last scenario, but I did have a problem with my app in where I lost some XP from when we were restarting the scenarios, because I restarted 10 a lot. I ended up losing some XP along the way. I estimated that to be about 10 on each character. So I just gave myself 10 XP on each character just to ensure that I'm kind of still keeping pace. And to be honest, I'll be probably retiring characters pretty quick. So it's all good for me. So I'll be able to play a bit more of the characters, get to the next level a bit quicker. So that's where we left off last time. So the first thing we need to do today is we need to do a road event on our way to Crystal Fields. Okay, number 13. Let's get Fortella on. Winter road events. All right, 13. Right, here we go.
A thick fog rolls across the trail, and before it fades, you're well and truly lost. Peering through the dissipating mist, you find yourself in a lush forest unaffected by the winter snowfall. Flowers bloom, rabbits curiously observe you from a distance, and the sharpness of pollen floats on the air. You pull the warm hides and furs off and enjoy the summer-like atmosphere. With the initial delight wearing off, you realize you're not quite sure where you are, or how to get from here to your destination. In fact, this whole region strikes you as something of a maze. Each corridor between the trees seems deliberate, as though it's trying to lead you somewhere, or keep you from something. Option A. Your perception feels manipulated. Cobble together what you can to lead the way. Option B. Lean into your instincts to help you through.
Ooh. Okay, option A or option B, chat. The poll is up. Option A is to use our perception. Or no, sorry, our perception feels manipulated. Cobble together what you can to lead the way. Or option B, lean into your instincts. Use the force to help our way through. Which keywords does the crab have again? So, Trapper has nimble, outcast, resourceful. Deep Brave has armored, intimidating, nimble. Use them. Use that information as you will. I don't know if any of those really help. You think I'm hosed either way? Quite possibly. None of those sound particularly useful. I mean, resourceful. Resourceful is a thing, right? Maybe? I don't know. Could be pretty resourceful. I don't know what they would be. To be honest, I don't actually know what the full list is. So, okay, you guys have just about gone B. Okay, B it is. Lean into your instincts to help you through. Use the force. Okay. Okay, well, we do not have that trait. Oh no, we can... Oh no. Should have gone the other way. Ooh. Should have gone the other way. Okay. If somebody has the chaotic trait, which nobody does, nobody has the requirement, so...
Lush forest turns to bramble thickets as you try to navigate through. After hours of hiking, you welcome the heavy fog that spits you back onto the winter trail.
Nothing. But it does say, resolve another winter road event. So, we're back at it. This goes on to the... To be fair, this does go back into the deck, so don't worry about it too much, everybody. You didn't screw me too hard. It's got to go back onto the bottom. There we go. So now we're doing number 11. The other, was that good? Yeah, so if we'd gone with option A there, we would have found a side scenario. So basically, if we had the matching trait for either A or B, then we would find a side scenario, which we did not manage to do. 11. You see the word kill on option A, just do that. Well, wait until you hear the whole story, Oxy. You're bloodthirsty today.
For as far as the eye can see,
Yeah!
the view is the same. Nothing but Kivak. Pack animals known for their rocky skin and prominent horn. Hundreds, packed in together for warmth or comfort, block the path ahead of you. As you approach, they stop their grazing in an eerie unison, their heads turning in perfect concert. They refuse to part to allow you passage. A quattril shepherd in muddy overalls steps forward from the crowd.
Yep. They'll let you through, but they want something in return.
The Kivak blink in unison. You look at him, not understanding.
It's a Kivak hive, all linked up.
He says, as if this clarified things. He rolls his eyes.
Harrowers. There's a bunch of bugs that all work as one thing. Savas is thinking rocks. Heck, even humans are just gray worms swimming around in a skull driving a skeleton around. This here's a bunch of Kivak all as one. Anyways, they want something first.
The animals part, leaving a single member of their group staring at you in the center of the clearing.
That one wronged the others. They want you to kill her.
He shrugs.
I understand them, but I can't say I understand them.
The Kivak waits, unblinkingly.
What?
Option A, kill the Kivak. Option B, refuse and force your way through the sea of animals.
What a weird quest. Okay, I guess I gotta make a poll for you guys. I was getting into the banjo so much that I forgot to write a poll. Right, which option are we gonna go for? Is it gonna be A or is it gonna be B? Right, poll is live. Option A is to kill the Kivak. Option B is to refuse and force your way through the sea of animals. Helium sniffing addiction is real. Yeah, that voice acting was a little bit hard to understand on that one, huh? For sure, kill. Well, he just want to be killed. Well, they want us to kill him? Again, I'm a bit confused. One of your friends always does anything he can to kill Vermling. I mean, that Sounds a little bit racy, but sure. This one to lure you into the middle? Oh, maybe. Why doesn't he do it, though? If he knows them, why doesn't he kill them? Of course you guys have gone with option A. Okay. Only just, though. Only just. There are some cooler heads nearly prevailed there. Alright, option A. Kill the Kivak.
You cut the doomed Kivak down. It doesn't move or cry out, having seemingly accepted its fate. The remaining Kivak part and allow you to pass, no longer interested in proceedings. The shepherd mumbles as you go.
Most Kiva just want to eat dirt and grass. Of course I get the weird ones.
No effect. Nothing happens. Okay. Well, I don't think we would have gotten the good result on the other one anyway. I don't think we had it, right? So I felt like, oh no, we would have. God damn it, guys. That's 2 for 2 today. We would have gotten the good result if we'd gone the other way. What are you doing? Oh. It would have been bad if we didn't have the trait. But the trait that we needed was Outcast. And if we had to do that, I won't say the whole thing, but we would have gotten a tick. We would have gotten a tick. And this is a go. This is gone now. Gone. See you later. Gone. No tick. Gone. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Not going well today, is it? Asking us not to pick the kill option. I know. What did I expect? Anyway, so we are back to the Crystal Fields then. Let's do let's do the foreteller while we're here for this scenario. Scenario 18.
You've been following the trail of crystalline spikes, the Ice Speaker's conduits, for hours, and the trail has led you around the north edge of the Whitefire Wood. As you go, you wonder what the Olgoks are up to. Have these icy spikes been here forever, functioning as some sort of ancestral crop? Or have the Ice Speakers begun amassing them only recently, expanding these fields to some unknown purpose? The conduits have become larger and more densely packed as you follow the trail, and now they are so close together that you're forced to abandon your sled and move in on foot. It doesn't take long to pick up a trail after that. Heavy footprints mark the way, and following them, you come to the remains of a hard-lost battle. A great number of Olgok's corpses are strewn about in the snow, their huge bodies showing deep cuts, some missing limbs. But something is wrong with this scene. None of the Olgoks you've encountered before wield blades that could cause this sort of damage. As you crouch to inspect a corpse further, it suddenly shifts. You jump back as it rises out of the snow, a rotting mass of undeath. You sigh and shake your head. Why can't things just stay dead?
Ah, frozen corpses. Okay. So, scenario goals. The scenario is complete when all enemies in it are dead. At the end of that round, read 13.1. When door 1 is opened, read 91.2. Scenario effects. Each character gains curse. I think I've got to ignore scenario effects on my Trapper, right? Yeah. But we will have to chuck a curse in over here on the Deep Wraith. Curse. Okay, that's it. So nice and simple. Kill all the enemies, right? Easy. Easy. Okay, so then let's get to it. Now we've got plenty of time here. The traps here are just damage traps. So these traps are just damage traps. Trap damage. Actually, I need I need to bump. I'm going to be bumping the difficulty back up to what I should be on, which is +1 for solo. So traps are going to do 4 damage. Hey, Vandalane, Newt Newt. It's going well. How are you, bud? So we'll bump that up and we'll go from there. We need to do battle goals before we get properly started. Battle goals. So let's do 3 battle goals for our trapper. 2, 3. We have pedestrian, dawdler, ascetic. Aesthetic's very easy to do. Dawdler, never use your lowest initiative player card as your initiative. Well, that's interesting. Never use your lowest initiative played card as your initiative card. Oh, okay. So I can never use. I guess if you were a character who had loads and loads of low initiatives, it wouldn't really matter if they're all very interchangeable. That seems a bit harsh. It's a nice one to go for, but it's very risky. Aesthetic should be nice and easy to do, so I think we take this one because it's basically a gimme one. As long as we win, we should be able to get that. Let's go for the Deep Wraith. We have Ravager, Closer, and Sadist. Ravager, perform 2 actions with lost icons in the same turn. That I think we do actually do at some point. It's only 1 tick, but we do actually have a couple of really nice burn bottoms and burn tops. So we could set that up, you know. Closer, kill the last enemy to die in the scenario. Not one that I particularly like. It's just, you know, sometimes it's going to come down to the wire. I'd rather like get my battle goal either done early or have a lot of control over it. Closer is just like, you kind of forget about it and then it comes to the last room and you're like, oh, I haven't planned for that and I'm not going to do it. Sadist, kill 5 or more enemies. That should be pretty easy to do. I think like Ravager is probably... I think Ravager is an easy one to do. How many rooms? It's 3 rooms. The second room is a fairly big tile. The final one is not so big, same size as this. So it looks like a fairly average length scenario to me. Doesn't look like it's going to be like a super long one at least. Let's go Ravager. Okay, challenge. No, we haven't actually managed to do a single challenge yet, so let's hope we actually get one we can do. Keep watch. Whenever you perform an attack targeting an enemy that has not yet acted this round, gain disadvantage on the attack. Whenever you perform an attack targeting an enemy that has already acted this round, gain advantage on the attack. Now that is a pretty interesting one. That's a really cool one to maybe try. So you know, the enemies in this scenario are Frozen Corpses, Alcock's Guards, and Burrowing Blades. So, Burrowing Blades we haven't actually faced yet. I have faced them, however, in a demo scenario that I did play. So I have some small experience playing against Burrowing Blades. They are quite hard. They're not a very nice enemy, put it that way. I can't remember what their initiatives was like, though. Can be good or bad. Yeah, this could be good, could be bad. Actually would work with Dawdler. You always want to go late. That's true, but unfortunately, in terms of steps, this comes after, so I don't feel like I can use the information I have here to influence my battle goals. I'm pretty sure. Because like the steps of setup are you do battle goals, choose your battle goals, then you go to this. So I don't think we can do that. Don't care about disadvantage when you just chuck a trap. That's also true. Lots and lots of damage that does not involve attacking, potentially. So yeah, I mean, I think we stick with it, right? I think this is a good one to stick with. In terms of like challenges that we could get, this is not a terrible one. And we do have a curse in our deck for a Deep Wraith, so that disadvantage is going to get drawn out. But I feel like we can do it. Oh, I agree. Just saying it would have been an interesting combo. Yeah, it would have been cool. To be honest, I'm surprised that they stacked it in that way, because maybe maybe they didn't want player progression to be too linked in that way. But yeah, I wonder how many players shortcut that process and do actually just mix those two steps together, because it doesn't feel like this is the first time that it actually the resolution of like picking your battle goals is actually important to this step. So I wonder how many people don't actually observe that at all, because it very much feels like it's just scenario setup, right? Yeah. Okay, so good. This should be an interesting one. So in terms of where we can start in any of these hexes here like this. I feel like starting like this is fine. Ideally, we're going to want to put some traps down. I could, in theory, try and do some shenanigans immediately with our trapper. These guys are going to move fairly slow. What's their movement? 1 and 2. We're in no rush here. We're in absolutely no rush. Lots of teleporting out, I think. Going super late, teleporting in, then maybe going out. Things like that. I think just making dark would be quite good here. How do I do that? Don't really have a way of doing that without TPing in really late. I guess going late's kind of the play here though, huh? Those are traps or hazardous terrain? So these are traps. This is difficult terrain. But these are just straight damage traps. So in this scenario, that is 4. I feel very much like the Deep Wraith is just going to be chilling. Got nothing to do. What am I going to do with the Deep Wraith? Like, I got so much to do on the Trapper, but Deep Wraith's just like, nah, you got this. Can I start a little bit further forward? Yeah, I can. I think we just go super late and we just see what happens. I also have dice today, chat, for you to I have some dice.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Boom goes the dynamite. Hey, Kira. Thank you so much for the 18 months. Thank you so much for the support, buddy. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing awesome. The quest continues, my friend. Welcome back. We're going to definitely blow some things up, I think, in this one. I think we want to caltrops. Okay, this could be a really fun scenario. I'm very much looking forward to this scenario, actually. Need to, like, get going, though. This room is obviously very simple for us. Very, very simple. So 42. So the elite's going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. Tries to make its way around. It's going to go 1, 2. That is all they got. So next up, the Trapper. So we're going to use Caltrops to create 2 1 damage traps in empty hexes within range 2. 1, 2. And that gets us an XP. Very good. And then I'm going to use the bomb of Dismantle to destroy one adjacent trap. Form a move 3. Probably just move like... I'm going to move to there, I think. And then we're going to add the effects of the destroy trap to the adjacent trap. Oh, does that not work how I think it works? I thought it added the damage. It says effects. Does that include damage? I don't think I've ever actually used this before. Does that include damage? Damage is an effect. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was going to try... I'm basically just trying to increase the damage of this particular trap. So we'll use... I'm going to start using dice, I think. You guys let me know which ones you prefer. I did bring... I think these should be really handy. Hey, Swordy. So... yeah, so this is now a 5. Hopefully you can see this pretty well. Or maybe it's too big. That's 4, technically. D20s, please. I have them. Oh, I have them. Don't worry. I got D20s. I've also got like normal like dice if they didn't look very good. But I figured I could use my... these are my D&D dice. My used probably about a handful of times. But it's my yeah, this is my set of RPG dice. Okay, nice. That's Trapper done. Then I'm going to use... did I apply the damage to a trap not adjacent to the trap I destroyed? Yes. Yeah, because I read this as... we destroy one adjacent trap, then we move 3, then we add the effects of the destroyed trap to an adjacent trap, which we are to us, adjacent to us, right? Not adjacent to the trap we destroyed. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm not 100% sure I'm correct, but that's the way that I just assumed it worked. Is that we destroy a trap, we move 3, then we can add the effect to a trap we're now. Nice. I'm good. Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to use Lion Weight to just zip over here. Sneaky. Then we're going to use Hollow Aura, and we'll attack the elite here. So, I mean, we may as well use the sword, because why not? We get advantage here. So because of Keep Watch, we're going to get advantage. So we're going to attack for 4. With advantage, PS2. +1. So that's going to be 5 damage. So 5 damage to the elite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We take 1 point of retaliate, unfortunately. But we do create dark, which was kind of what we were really going for there. Nice. That is Deep Wraith's turn over. Next round. So we're going to go super early on the Deep Wraith to like TP away again. Shield, that had Pierce. Hollow Aura had Pierce 2 on it. You're so useless catching me cheating. Ah, I'm not cheating. I never cheat. I don't know what you're talking about. I have to do a disadvantaged attack, which kind of sucks, but... We'll go 14 on the Deep Wraith. I just like the idea of getting a curse in nice and early here. It's like a nice way of just getting a curse in, but we will be attacking with disadvantage, unfortunately. And then we can just run away. So we're 14 initiative. I like that play. Streaming with 60 FPS is actually really noticeable when I flip the cards on the app. Is it? Yeah, I couldn't believe that I was streaming on 30 FPS. It must have been when I restarted my OBS because I had all of the issues that I had. I had to completely rebuild my OBS. I rebuilt it from the ground up for this purpose, and it's never really been a thing, I guess. But yeah, if you're noticing that, yeah, as Shocky says, if you're noticing that the stream is looking noticeably crisper on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, well, it'll be because I was accidentally streaming in 30 FPS, and it didn't really matter when we were playing a board game. But when I went to play Diablo on stream, yeah, it was like chugging. So it was really noticeable. So now we're on 60 FPS, so it should be good. 9 and 7 HP, tanky party. Yeah, we don't really, we don't do well, Kira, with the attacks. We are very much a, we are very much a party that wants to just sort of hang around and not get hurt, really. This feels like maybe a really good, potentially a really good party, a really good scenario, sorry, for doing masteries. What's the Trapper's? Isn't a Trapper's mastery like something crazy? Have 1 trap on the map with a value of at least 20 health. No. Move enemies through 7 or more traps. I don't think I can do that either. Okay, maybe not. Okay, Deep Wraith first. Isn't one of Kelps have advantage on every attack? Seems doable with the challenge. Doable, but also risky, maybe? It's a good point, though. Perform all your attacks with advantage. Yeah? I mean, you're not going to get much better opportunity to do that, huh? It's a great point, actually. Having all my attacks with advantage is really difficult.
Yeah, boy. A little bit spicy.
But then... No, I need to proactively play the scenario. No. Like... you're definitely right. There is something there, and if I was maybe more in the mood for it, but I don't know. I don't want to like risk failing this scenario right now. What I need right now with this party is a solid win where I feel like we played well. I don't want to stretch things too much, right? We've not had a really great start with these characters, and I really would like to just get a really nice solid win under my belt without trying too much to stretch things. And I feel like that, you know, I don't want to start doing that and I start taking hits because I'm going late, and then what happens, you know? Then my character dies and it feels bad. So let's not quite do that yet. So Black Scythe. So we're going to consume the Dark here to attack for 4 and curse, but this time with disadvantage. Okay, so just 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus that 1 actually, sorry, for the shield. And we add a curse. We take a damage from the retaliate, but we do also gain an XP, which is nice. And then we're literally just going to teleport away here. I think like this. Trapper time. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to use improvised improvement, and we're going to replace one adjacent trap with a 5 damage wound trap. Ah. Welcome to 5 damage and wound. That might be a bit hard to show you guys, but can you actually see it through the dice? Because the dice are translucent. Oh, I'll wait until you get it on the overhead cam. No, you can't see it. No. Oh well. That gets us a XP. Then we're going to use the bottom of Spike Pit here to relocate up to 2 traps within range 2 to empty hexes within range 4. So we are going to relocate this one to there. I've got to be smart. Actually, no, I've got to be smart with the way I do this. How much health does the elite have? He only has 3. He has 1 move, right? Oh, hang on. I didn't figure this one out. I wanted to move this one further forward. I need to move 3 traps if I'm doing that. Okay, let's be smart here. I need to like block this hex. I need to block this hex from him moving, really. So realistically, it is probably just a move like this. And like this. That's the play. Okay. So now it's their go. So the frozen corpses are gonna go. This guy really wants to kill the Deep Wraith. But it can't do so without moving through a trap. So we'll choose, it's ambiguous, so we'll choose this way. So we'll get rid of the 4 damage trap. Dies. Nice. Okay. Very good. This guy doesn't move at all. Alright, next turn. So he's got 9 health, right? No retaliate or anything, right? But does have shield, though. Probably some nice late initiatives here. Do 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 do. All right. 1. Oh, hang on. Yeah, 1. Oh, that kind of sucks, actually. He doesn't go anywhere near my traps. No! You foiled my plan. I was hoping you'd move at least a little bit. That blows. I was really hoping to get him to trigger a trap. Boo. I mean, I can still attack him, but I'm just going to get that sweet trap damage that I was looking for. What do I do on the next turn, then? Oh, I can kind of do this, can't I? Sure. Or I could do this and this. This also works quite well. Yeah, okay, I've got a plan. I've got a plan. I've always got a plan. So we'll use Exploding Decoy. So we'll attack him for 2. With advantage here. So 3. Because of the shield, only 2. And then we can pull up to 2. That's where I want him. He's a frozen corpse. How much can he move? I don't know. I mean, he could have fallen forwards and gotten further. To be fair, he does only have move 1. I didn't really think that through very well. I was just going to go get that loot here, really, but then I can't make the heal. Which is... do I really care about the heal right now? Probably not. Give me loot. Lumber. One HP for cloak. Oh yeah, thank you. I forgot about that. Unless it remembered it. Did it remember it again? No, it didn't remember it. Right, deep breath time. Yeah, so honestly, I'm just gonna teleport. And we'll hit him with the stun. Oh yeah, hit him with the stun. Are we all good? Oh, wrong character. Nice. Okay. All going to plan right now. Would be nice to throw this trap, maybe. That would be kind of nice. I feel like I'm going to have a nice opportunity here to potentially play the bottom of Mantle of Dread for the next room, which is going to be quite good. So first up, I will use this to just attack for 1. I'm gonna try and get rid of my curse here. So disadvantage. This one. Then move 2. I'll stay where I am. I'll attack again with disadvantage. Dude, what? So what did we get? I didn't even check what we got for the first attack. -1, right? And then we got +1. So we did 3. Shield 2. Dude. What's that about? Then we'll just teleport. Nice. Alright, so that's Deep Wraith. Trapper. We are moving for 4. Actually, was I stupid here? Oh yeah, I totally was. That's not the card that I play. I play this card instead. So we'll go... Boop. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. Then we'll play Unavoidable Outcome. And we'll attack for 2. With disadvantage. -1, so 1 with the shield, nothing. But if the target is adjacent to a trap, spring the trap, applying its effects to the target. So we will spring this one. Bam. Doing exactly 5 damage. Nice. Perfect. Good. Yeah, I was initially planning to shove him, but I realized, why am I doing that? I'm wasting... if I do that, I have to end my turn here, so I'm kind of wasting movement where I could get really close. Cool. So that's it. Really, really nice, fun room, that one. And it felt like a room that was very much tailored for the Trapper, though. Like, it's just so easy for them. Okay, great. So now we are long resting on our Trapper, and we are on our Deep Wraith. We are playing Mantle of Dread bottom for sure, and we're just throwaway top. So draw. So we will play Mantle of Dread. Where's this going to go? There. There you go. You guys got a nice view today. So it's going to get us 2 XP. Mantle of Dread says, after one of your move or teleport abilities each turn, give wound or muddle to one adjacent enemy and creates dark. Top, not doing anything with. Trapper, we are... Well, we're just having to get rid of a card. That's it. Also, we do have the long rest ability. Which is, whenever we long rest, we may create one damage trap in an adjacent empty hex, which I think we will do. Man, this like character's hand is so small and precise. It's very fun to play with. It's just very like, ooh, you just need to get it just right. Oh boy, I got such an amazing turn next turn. It's like unbelievable. I think we get rid of Snake Pit maybe. Yeah. I do like the old immobilized trap though. Next round. You ready for the mega trap, chat? We're gonna do it. Did I sell my stand pot? No, I only have enough slots though for one small item until level 3. I do have my stand pot still. I actually did think about using the stand pot over wild growth seeds because realistically stand pot has more value for me right now, but I also wanted to play with the new fun thing, so I decided to just play with the new fun thing. Right, you ready for this turn? It's gonna blow your mind. Okay. Improvised improvement. Replace one adjacent trap with a 5 damage wound trap. So we're replacing this 1 damage trap with a 5 damage wound trap. Boom. Gain 1 XP. Then we're going to use dismantle, destroy 1 adjacent trap. Move 3. Do I want to open the door? I don't think I want to open the door. Add the effects of the destroyed trap to the adjacent trap. So now this is worth... This is now a 9 damage. I'm pinching this. Oh. 9 damage wound trap.
Now that's a lot of damage.
Oh, hell yeah. Ooh, baby. Ooh, I can't wait to throw this at someone's face. Although dismantle is the one, right? I needed to get that back. Dang. Really, we need dismantle back to be able to do this. So that's Trapper's turnover. Deep Wraith is long resting, so we're gonna get this. Comes back. Gain 2 XP. I think we also get something, right? When we long rest? When you long rest, you may loot 1 adjacent hex. Okay, yeah, we haven't done that. Oh, did I just give myself 2 XP instead of 2 health? 2, yeah, that makes more sense. I don't think I was on 5. I think I earned 1 XP. Yeah. Okay, then we need to get rid of a card. Deep Rage stumbled right now and literally die from the trap. Yeah, this seems kind of OP, but we'll see. Seems quite good. Do these guys have more shield? I mean, I guess there's going to be more shield, isn't there? I guess there's going to be more shield. We'll get rid of Haunting Brutality. Okay. Right. So, next turn then. Who wants to open the door? I guess it kind of makes sense for Trapper to open the door and then maybe fall back a little bit. Because we're just going to be making traps, where it makes a lot more sense for the Deep Wraith to go late and just try and sort of teleport in and do some damage, maybe. That makes a lot more sense to me. All right, Trapper, let's go. Right, so we're going to move 3. 1. Read 91.2. All right, here we go.
Something moves. A shape darts between the spikes. You spin and try to track it, but the shape is fast and hard to make out. A mound of snow shifting some 30 feet away. It turns and speeds directly toward you. There is no time to think. You act on instinct and jump out of the way a fraction of a second before 2 wicked blades shoot up and shred the air where you were just standing. The mound zips away through the conduits and turns back for another pass. But this time, it's not alone. Now there are several of them, and they're all heading your way.
Oh no! Oh, I forgot to have a counter over there, didn't I? How does that look for you guys? Oh, can't quite see the bottom of that. Let's move that up a little bit. There you go. That's a good spot. Nice. Don't know why I put that away. Need that. Do. That could probably get stuck under there a little bit. There you go. Can you still see that? I think you can. How's that? Looking better? Do. Let's see what enemies we've got to deal with. $91.2. 91.2. Ooh. Okay. We're gonna need some spikes. Pillars? God, this game loves using these pillars, huh? Every single scenario. And here's another pillar. I thought we finally got rid of pillars. Apparently not. Apparently pillars is everything. Dang it, I just dropped a spike. Spike. Any more pillars? No. Oh, that's good. Need more spikes though. Spikey, spike, spike. Oh man. We're gonna have to pinch some of this, I think. Just for ease. Right, burrowing blades are revealed. We have 2 burrowing blades and a regular corpse. Okay, there's some weird special rules here. To spawn 2 normal burrowing blades at A, there's no A? Is this like an errata, chat? How familiar are we with burrowing blades? This is the first time we've faced burrowing blades in this campaign. I think I've faced them in a demo scenario, which I played when I demoed Frosthaven at Essen. From memory, we played them on very low difficulty, so I can't... I don't really have much memory of them being very hard. They do have shield 2, though, and wound as natural effects, so that's pretty brutal. And it looks like they jump as well. Presumably they can teleport around, so they will be tricky. Is A the door? That's a good question, but I don't think it is. No, 1. It is in room 1, maybe? Oh, you're right. It is in room 1. Ah, good call. I never put it down. I just never saw it because it wasn't really useful. So it's that. Well, that's nice that they'll be behind us. So it's just 2 normals. I see. It's so that you kind of have to engage in the scenario. I quite like that because it means we couldn't just like hide, right? We can't just go backwards. We are going to actually have to either go forwards or backwards, but we're going to have to deal with an enemy. It's nice. I do quite like it when they change little things up with these kill all sort of type scenarios. Like, it's not majorly changing the formula, but just having it so, oh, hey, you can't use the door as a choke point. You know, that's kind of neat. Actually, at A, so... guess it's like there and there. 1, 6, 5, 2, 5. That's only a one-time thing, though. Yeah, Frosthaven does that more often than Gloomhaven. Spawn things behind you. Yeah, yeah. I quite like the slight mixing up of kill all scenarios. They just add like a little thing to it to make it just a little bit more complex than it would maybe normally be. Nothing super crazy though. Okay, so now we're back. We're back. We're ready to go. So we did a move 3 and we only moved once. So what are these guys doing? They're moving 3 with jump. Which I guess is a little bit of a problem. In terms of the different terrain types, spikes is hazardous terrain. These snow drifts are still just difficult terrain, and then the pillars are obstacles. Oh, I'll tell you what I could do is I could immediately just like get some traps going, couldn't I? Straight away I could get some really nice trapping going here. What's the frozen corpse doing? Moving for 2. That's a bit frustrating. But I could just put a nice bit of seeds. Because my other card is Caltrops. So we can put 3 traps down here, which is really cool. So what I was thinking is that we put like I could make this guy go into this trap. Because of ambiguity, I can make it happen. So that's really quite cool. But what I need to do that is I need to fill in this spot and this spot with a trap, which I can do with Caltrops. So what I'm thinking I do is I actually just stop there, I think. And then I get to put a heal trap in an adjacent empty hex, which I will do. We'll put a heal trap here. And I'll put that like with one of these because it's a nice healthy one. So there you go. Use a nice green dice. Then we use Caltrops, gaining XP. And we're going to put 2 1 damage traps here and here. Seems good. That's good. Then we use wild growth seeds to place a 1 hex obstacle. Is that like a 1 hex like tree? Where's a bush? Thematically must use a bush. Bit of slime. Where are the bushes? There is a bush, right? I remember seeing one. I'm pretty sure we used them for a scenario before. Come on. Where's the bush? What? The green dye looks like poison. It's supposed to look like health. What should you prefer? Blue? Alright, I can't find the bush, so therefore... Should we do it like crack art style in digital? Because in digital, whenever you use the destroy one adjacent obstacle to move it to another place, it used to destroy the obstacle and then just create a random obstacle from the pool of obstacles in the game in its place. So you used to get like really funny things where you would like convert a vase into a pillar or something, or like a table into a rock or something stupid. So maybe we should do that, like randomly drawing from the obstacles. I don't want to do spikes because it's too confusing. Maybe we just do a big rock. All right, we just do a rock. A big rock. Okay, right. So I think we've worked this out well because he's going to go 1, 2. The burrowing blades have to go through a trap. Right, so Frozen Corpse is going to go first. Good job. Burrowing blades. So number 1 first. He's going to try and go to over there. Jump, jump, jump. Number 2. Okay, so number 2 is going to go. It's going to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to want to attack the trapper. And it's ambiguous. Well, it's not ambiguous. It has to be this. Bam! 9 damage. And a wound. Yeah, seems good. Good night. Then number 5. Making their way downtown. Then number 6. Okay, deep rave time. I have 2 things I can do here, which are pretty neat. I think I'll go for the control element here. So we're going to use lie in wait bottom here to teleport up to 3. 3. Whenever I move or teleport, I can give wound or model to one adjacent enemy. I will give wound to Burrowing Blade number 6. Take a wound. Then we're going to use Skewer the Flesh Top. So we're going to attack number 5. This is with advantage because we are after the enemy. So attack for 5. No damage, but immobilize on the corpse. And then same again for the Burrowing Blade. There goes that curse. No damage and immobilize. That was pretty much as good as I could possibly have. I just completely flushed my deck there. And that is what we're talking about. Very cool. Really nice turn. We're starting to get it, chat. We're putting it together, you know? The gears are turning. Took us a little while, but gears are turning. I think we want to place another trap with the trapper. We'll use Ball Catcher to put another trap down. And then potentially we'll use Flurry of Nails here to just increase the value of some of our traps. Liking that. I would like to earn a bit more XP though. I feel like at the moment my XP gain is not as good as it could be maybe. Oh man, we're really starting to motor actually. This is going to be super sweet. If we get to go first, yes. Okay, great. Really good. I guess we're going to get attacked by one Burrowing Blade here, but it's not that bad. It could be way worse. So, Deep Ray first. So we are going to teleport 3. And wound number 5. And then we are going to stun number 5. Then we get to loot this lovely piece of loot here. Corpse cap, nice. We actually really wanted one of those, I think. Wasn't that the thing that we wanted? I think it was. Good turn. Oh man, is there a way that I can get this to work? What's the range? Target all at range 2. But it's a... So it's a non-attacking target, right? So because Burrowing Blade is not doing a melee attack, or any form of attack, it is going to move as if it had a melee focus, right? So, although it says Curse 2, Mold 2, all at range 2, it's actually going to try and get as close as possible with 5 movement to any enemy, including going through a trap, if its only option was to go into a trap. Now, I do see an avenue for it. Okay, I think I can get it done. I think I can get it done. So we go Ball Catcher, and we will play a 4 damage trap here, within range 2. Oh no, hang on, because it will just go to there. No, that doesn't work. Ah, no, it doesn't work. Shoot, I completely forgot about where my character will go. I might not be able to... I can get really close, but I can't do the 5 damage. Because my other card is to increase the damage or heal value of up to 2 traps I move through by 1. So the idea here would be if I could somehow get Boardcatcher on the board first and force him to trigger it, which I guess I can, right? I could just go... I could place it here. Because then it's just going to go to there. Right? It's not going to jump over me. Well, actually, I guess it would, because it's going to try and find the longest possible path without going for a trap. I could jump back, put the trap on the door. But then I couldn't increase the value of the trap. Focus on furthest enemy. Oh, you're right. It's doing something different, isn't it? Focus on a furthest enemy. It's going to focus on the kelp. Okay. That might work in our advantage, right? Because then I could go boar here. No, because then he could go here, technically. Right? Without going through a trap. I think the focus an enemy furthest away is kind of like the unfortunate clause here, isn't it, really? I don't think there's much I can do about it. There's some important small print on that card, yeah. I don't think it works, because like he can always get to here, so yeah, I think he's always going to be able to find a spot that isn't going to have a trap in it, which is a shame. But this will absolutely be a Burrowing Blade killer later, so I think I still set it up. So anyway, we do Boardcatcher, which will get us an XP. And then we will use Flurry of Nails. Still good to jump out the door with traps? Yeah, absolutely. To go 1, 2, 3. Increase this to 5. And increase this to 2. Okay. Still pretty good, I think. Okay, so let's do Burrowing Blades then. So first up, Burrowing Blade number 1 is going to go. He's going to focus on the enemy furthest away. That happens to be him. Okay, then he's going to want to maximize everything at range 2. So it doesn't really matter here where he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess he would go here, min-maxing the amount of movement. Then he's going to muddle and curse both of my guys. It's a bit sad. This one is immobilized, so can't move. This one is stunned, so can't do anything there. Frozen Corpse is also immobilized, but it does have... Oh, hang on. Maybe I should have moved. Didn't see that AoE there. One. Yeah, maybe I should have moved, actually. I did not... Oh, it's only an attack 1. It's fine. We'll soldier on. It's only an attack 1. I'm not going to redo my entire turn for an attack 1. Famous last words. Here comes the +2. It's fine. It's fine. Mm-hmm. Do-do. Might be short rest time. I do have a nice pierce here, though. What have they got? Shielding. I've actually got a pretty good opportunity, but then I guess I've just been muddled, haven't I? The muddle is kind of... Ugh. I suppose I could actually go for a Succumb to Fear here. I have the means to do a Succumb to Fear, chat. What do we think? I mean, these guys are on 4 health anyway. Is it really worth me doing? Is it better off just attacking? Succumb to Fear basically just kills them. I don't think they heal, so pure damage is nice. Yeah. I mean, they've got shield 2 and innate wound. I would assume that they don't have any self-heal. With shield 2, it's quite rare. Although saying that, I guess, like, imps have it. They don't strike me as the kind of enemy that would have a self-heal. They're kind of just, like, hard to deal with. Like, their attacks are annoying. And their abilities are, like, they're very elusive, which makes them hard to kind of keep down. Like, Immobilize seems to be very strong against them. Where's number 1? Number 1 is the one that... yeah, I mean, I could just Succumb to Fear. No, I couldn't. It seems a bit of a pointless endeavor there. This is a tough call. I've got like a pretty good turn, but... the thing is that that's looking like this guy's going to walk into that trap now, huh? Trapper might have to short rest, I think. If I go late, challenge will cancel the model. That's true. But then I have to shoulder a round of attacks, right? And to be honest, if I'm just going to Succumb to Fear, does it really matter? I've also got to keep an eye on, like, is it possible... okay, I can't do the play that I want to do, actually, because if I do, then I can't get my battle goal. I want to get Ravager, I think. Okay, well, that makes my life a little bit different, I think. I can still Succumb to Fear, though. Well, actually, or can I? Oh, I don't think I can. Not on the one that I want to Succumb to Fear, anyway. Really interesting turn. Like, I've got so many options in my hand, which is like rare for me. I've actually got some really, really good options. I haven't even used a single trophy yet. Not that. I think I have to short rest on the Trapper. Like, my Trapper at the moment has, like, a pretty fun turn, but I don't know if it really works. Especially disadvantaged. Although I can completely gum up the room. Oh, actually, I just completely gum up the room. Maybe that's worth it. Okay, let's not do anything silly here. Let's go for it. It's a pretty good play. It gets something dead. It's XP. Let's do it. Do I want to go 45? Yeah. Okay. So Deep Ray first. So I am going to move to we'll consume the ice to gain a trophy. At the end of my move, I will muddle number 5. I'll use Poison Vial to poison them. And then we'll use Succumb to Fear, which will cost me a trophy. But will gain me an XP. And apply that beautiful Bane. Okay. Right, that's the Deep Wraith's turn over. Frozen Corpse is gonna just go yoink straight onto this. This is gonna take 5 damage. Not bad, but I would have loved that to go on one of the other Burrowing Blades, I think. You hope the crab gets a card that turns trophies into damage. It would be cool if you just had like a trophy sink. Yeah, something that you can just spend like get +1 attack for every trophy that you spend or that you hold or something. Maybe if you hold, that would be too strong. But yeah, I agree. Something like that would be quite cool. Then we're going to get Brittle and Immobilized. This is not nice because we are about to get potentially hit. Oops. What happened there? I feel like I accidentally zoomed in for a minute there. That's kind of relevant because it does actually... The Immobilized does sort of... screw me up a little bit here. Because now I can't move away, which is what I really wanted to do. I guess I mean, I'm muddled anyway, right? Is this adjacent? Do we think? What are our votes on that, chat? Is this Frozen Corpse adjacent to this trap? What do we think? Bane on the wrong enemy? Oh, you're right, I did. Good catch before he dies. Not adjacent. I knew it. I thought that was the case. I was pretty sure that was the case, but you never know. Gotta try and get my cheating in somehow. I was hoping you'd all say yes. All right, well then we'll attack number 1 then. Why not? So if he's adjacent to a trap, we're gonna spring it, but we're attacking disadvantage here. I kind of want to pull my curse, I think. Shame. But we'll spring this to do 1 damage to number 1. Which is pretty good considering that it's got 2 shield, you know? It's an easy spring. Then unfortunately I can't do anything with my bottom action. Oh, I forgot that I've even got, like, leather armor. I should have used this earlier on, I think. Okay. How's the scenario going? It's going good. Enjoying it a lot. It's, like, this scenario feels like it's a really good showing for the Trapper. Like, we've got so many nice little opportunities to block stuff up. Nice little tricks that we can pull. Very satisfying scenario so far for the Trapper. And to be honest, the Deep Wave's just doing Deep Wave things. You know, we're not earning boatloads of XP, but we're actually being pretty effective in what we're doing. And Teleport, like, there's definitely a world here where I can make these two work together quite well. Because just the Teleport of the Deep Wave works so well with traps. Just bunch of traps down, then just teleport behind, you know, the trap. Attack an enemy, then next turn teleport back behind the trap. Like, I got a lot of interplay between teleport and traps. So if we can focus a bit more on, like, let's make sure we have strong teleport abilities on good initiatives, and we use the bottom of this Mantle of Dread a lot to make sure that we're getting wound and stuff, that could be pretty huge. Okay, so number 1's going to go first. He's going to focus on the enemy furthest away. Target all enemies occupying or adjacent to hexes entered during the move ability. Oh, interesting. So what's that? So occupying or adjacent to hexes entered. Oh, I could say entered there, right? 1, 2, 3. So it's just an attack 1. That's an interesting ability, but it's just an attack 1, I think. On the Deep Wraith here. No damage, but it does add a wound. Wound's a bit scary. I should hopefully be able to long rest soonish, though. So that was number 1. Then number 5's going to go. It's going to target the furthest away. So, Trapper. And it's going to do attack 1 with disadvantage, but I do have Brittle up at the moment. So let's hope that this works quite well for us. A couple of +0s would be fine. -1. So does Brittle even trigger? Because we didn't take any damage, right? It's not the next time you get attacked, it's like the next time you take damage. The next time the figure would suffer damage from any source, they instead suffer double the amount of damage. So presumably, if I don't take any damage, therefore Brittle does not trigger. Even though, yeah, it's only if I was to take damage, the Brittle would work. Yeah, no damage. So I guess that's fine. Then this one's going to go. It's going to go 1, 2. I guess. And it's still going to do an attack here with disadvantage. No, no damage again. But we are wounded from all of that. So the wound's probably going to trigger in some way. Marinade, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the quest. Good to have you here with us. Hope you're doing awesome. Very sad. Pretty sure brittle does not trigger when no damage and thus does not go away. Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense. It's just weird because like you almost equate it to being like poison in the sense that you're like adding damage on top of a draw, but you're not. It is distinctly different, but in many ways it feels a lot like poison, but it's not. Because poison is like, yeah, you just add +1 every time. Like you double the, it almost feels like, yeah, you just double the attack modifier, right? But it is. So that was it. This guy dies because of his bane. Goodbye. And we're left with just these guys to deal with now. All right, next round then. Pretty ideal when brittle triggers on wound. Yeah. We're going to have to short rest for that though to make sure that happens here. I guess I could also here force it to come off by doing a redraw on my short rest as well. Would also force it to only be 1 damage. There's also a heal 2 trap here, so I've got some opportunity to move through that. Can brittle trigger on short rest reroll damage? Yes. Yep. I figure that you were typing that in just as I was saying it. Trophy for the Bane Death. Yep, you're right. Thank you. Yep, definitely a way that you can force it if you want to, but, you know, realistically, you're probably not doing that, but it's, like here, I may do, it might make the decision a bit easier for me on my short rest or not. So yeah, we got Unavoidable Outcome, which is arguably one of our better cards. So it probably is worth me taking a damage here to keep this. It is a really nice ability. So I think I'll probably will take a point of damage, which means that I will actually take 2, but remove the brittle to draw a different card and Honeypot. Honeypot's a good one. It's a bit of a shame to lose that. But Unavoidable Outcome is also excellent and will hopefully trigger. We'll get an opportunity to maybe use it now. Deep Wraith only has 2 cards in hand. Neither of which are particularly great. Might be on a short rest too, to be honest. I mean, I could take attack for 4 with Heavy Sword. That's not too bad. I need to be a bit careful with my trapper here. I do definitely want to walk through this and kind of go up this way a little bit. I think that's the idea here. I'm a bit worried about the burrowing blades always targeting something that's the furthest away, because it kind of like makes you play the game in reverse of what you're used to. Because I'm used to being like, right, this character can't take damage, run away. But if the burrowing blades are just going to chase after the people who are always furthest away, I can't quite play that way. It's an interesting dynamic having them and frozen corpses, because of course frozen corpses are very slow. They're only going to move and they're going to, you know, they're a very simple enemy. They move towards the closest target. You know, that's what they're going to do. Playing against, like, pairing them with this, it kind of shrinks. It shrinks the battlefield because, you know, you can usually kite these guys around. You know, you just run away from them and it's not that hard. But when you've got enemies that are going to chase you if you do that, suddenly you've got this kind of weird, this interesting dynamic of, okay, well, I need to move away because I don't want this guy to hit me. But if I do, I then actually cause the other enemies to then focus on me that way. It's an interesting, like, dynamic. Trap is in trouble being immobilized here. They're actually no longer immobilized. They were immobilized from the last turn. So they're not actually immobilized. I don't know why that didn't fall off, but that should have fallen off. Yeah, no, they were immobilized last time. If we were still immobilized, yeah, I'd agree. We'd be in a lot of trouble, but we were just moved off. Okay. I don't know what the earliest initiative that these guys have. We have boots, so I can go kind of early. I think I might short rest on my deep breath too. Rewards you get for challenges, how do you like them? So for challenges, you get a check mark towards the Town Guard perk deck. So just a little bit of something extra you can do to improve your Town Guard deck, which will help you with attacks. How do I like them? So far, they've ranged from being like this, for example, I feel like is pretty interesting. Something a little bit different to play with and gives you a nice added kind of, it's almost like having like a random modifier on a game mode, you know? You kind of draw in, it's like, yeah, there's this random modifier that will make you have to play the game a little bit differently. I feel like it adds a lot to the replayability of the game in general, because suddenly every scenario is potentially going to be modified in some way that will make it quite unique to you. So from the perspective of trying to like add variety and challenge to the game, I think they're quite good. The downside to them though is that if you are someone who likes to measure difficulty on a, you know, on +1, +2 difficulty level, right? That's something you like to do. These really do upset the balance of that, because suddenly you might be like, okay, we're enjoying playing on +1 difficulty, but then you might find that you can't complete the challenge. And completing the challenge is actually something that's quite good for game progression in general, right? You want to be improving your Town Guard perk deck. So it kind of incentivizes you to not play on increased difficulty, to make the game a bit easier so that you can do the challenges. So it's an interesting thing to add to the game, but it actually kind of like, if you're somebody who likes to play on increased difficulty, the challenges are probably going to be more annoying to you, because it's going to be a random RNG element that's chucked at you, and you can either say yes, you can discard it and not do it. You do have that option, but if you do that, you're missing out on a part of the game, right? So I don't know, like it's interesting. I'm glad that they didn't put like too much of a big emphasis on them. Like if you complete your campaign or get very far in your campaign and you only do a handful of these, you don't really get that many perks. I don't think it's going to be like a really big game changer. It is just like an added bonus, but you know, it's something that you might miss out on. So it's, you know, there are going to be some scenarios that are tough that are going to be like, I am not touching a challenge. There's going to be some where you're like, yeah, I get a good challenge and maybe I'll do it. It's interesting. I don't know whether or not I feel really like strongly against them or for them at this point in time. I like ones like this, which are kind of add like a little bit of nuance, but some of the ones we've had before, like this one's kind of interesting. It flipped initiative. I felt like that's pretty fun. Like that's just a different way of playing the game. Like, okay, now it's going to be lowest to highest. So that just kind of flips that. That was one we had, but it was on a very difficult scenario for us, so we decided not to. Then you had this one, for example, at the end of each character's turn, or adjacent characters suffer 1 damage. Not too bad, but all of these things can end up causing you, you know, might end up going for them, might end up actually costing you, right? In some way. So I do like the game, and I actually see them having a lot of replayability for the game, potentially, where you go, okay, well, we just play with like a couple of challenges, right? If you wanted to like make a scenario even harder, you'd be like, okay, we'll draw 2 challenges from the deck as well. And that will also modify it and make it even harder, which is an interesting idea. But I also feel like maybe some people will not really like them because they already find the game quite challenging and tough. Adding a challenge in there is not really something that is, you know, it's too much, right? So personally, what I might have preferred is that challenges do not necessarily progress like the Town Guard perks or something. It would progress some other system in the game, which maybe is less influential. Maybe something that was like, hey, if you were to complete 10 challenges or 5 challenges, you gain like a random item or something like that. Like something that didn't really have some like it feels like if you don't complete a challenge, it's like, oh man, that's pretty brutal. We now don't get like an upgrade perk. It's going to make potentially attacks harder against the town. It just feels a little bit like, oh yeah, it's a bummer that we didn't do that. I don't know, but I mean they're fun. Like I like them. You think +2 with challenges would be way too hard? Also, does the game get way easier on higher levels like in Gloom? Or maybe you didn't get there yet. Well, we only got to, I think, didn't we get to like level 6 or something on the Drifter and the Deathwalker? There are definitely some more powerful things, but enemies also scale and get pretty nasty as well. So I didn't feel like the game was necessarily getting easier as we leveled up. Do I think would it be way too hard? I think the thing with Gloomhaven is that you could pretty much, like with most parties, you could you could come up with a strategy for increased difficulty. I feel like that's not really going to be the case in Frosthaven. You're probably going to have like power parties or really good combos where you'll say, yeah, we can play on increased difficulty if we're playing with this set of characters because they have really great synergy together. So that would incentivize you or give you the ability to play on increased difficulty. I think you won't be able to take it for granted in Frosthaven that, oh yeah, pretty much any party at high level with a decent set of items can do it. It's going to depend a lot on the later level itemization. You know, do we have Star Earring in here? Do we have items like that? I don't know. Probably not, my feeling would be. So if those more powerful things aren't in there anymore, Major Stamina Potion, all of that kind of stuff that we would use, Ancient Drill, all of these items that you would use in combination with certain abilities to really make it possible to play on increased difficulty. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be possible, or it'll be aspirational for most pies, and maybe like a couple of the really good party comps will be able to achieve it. Challenges remind you of modifiers in Spirit Island, but a bit more basic. Yeah, like it feels like this to me feels like something that they wanted to add to kind of mix up the dungeon gameplay so that you're not just continually doing the same thing. There is an extra modifier in play, which is random, and you maybe get a reward for it. I think it's okay. It's another rule to remember, though. It's another thing to remember, as well as these are, from what I've seen, they're pretty much like mandatory. Like if you were to forget, you would be kind of playing against the rules. If you choose to play with a challenge, the challenge is in play. It's not like a battle goal, where a battle goal is like, say like, for example, this battle goal here, if I don't achieve it, or if halfway through the scenario I go, do you know what? It's going to be too hard. I'm just not going to do it. There's no real repercussion for me doing that. But if you pick a challenge, for example, this challenge that I said that at the end of each character's turn, all adjacent characters suffer 1 damage. As far as I'm aware, that is in play from that point onwards and does not go away. So there's no way for you to halfway through the scenario go, oh man, we're really struggling here. Maybe we just ignore that and maybe we just focus on trying to win because we're not sure if we can win or not. No, it's too late. You've accepted the challenge is in play. I mean, that's how I understand it. So you can't like opt out of it halfway through a scenario, which I think is another, you know, as long as they're not too bad, but you know, it could be a slight problem. In Gloom, you think what convinced your group to start playing a +2 was high prosperity items making the game too easy. Yeah, for sure. Like stuff like that will really change your outlook. And I don't know whether or not those items exist in this game. So we'll see. I'd be surprised if there wasn't some nice, powerful items to play with, because I know that the team likes that when you know wanted players to still have those really cool moments of like, yeah, we're really super powerful and we can do stuff. They didn't want to necessarily take all of those moments away, but they needed to make sure that, you know, the game didn't start, you know, all the way like, you know, Frosthaven starts down here and it'll probably end up like getting, you know, somewhere like here, whereas Gloomhaven, it feels like it started like here, you know, and then it went to like up here in terms of like power level. I feel like they're like, they want to try and make it so that the power curve is like a little bit longer, like the run up is longer. That makes sense? So that you're not like getting like level 1, here you go, here's goggles. You know, here's Eagle Eye Goggles, one of the best head slot items you can get in the entire game at level 1 as a starting item. Great. Doesn't really do well for item progression in the game, does it? So I'm sure Eagle Eye Goggles are probably in the game, but they're probably a lot later on that power curve, you know? Okay, so I need to work out what I'm going to do here, right? I think I was going to short rest, wasn't I? Sorry, I got distracted. I need to pick up the pace a little bit, actually. I just noticed the time. I need to pick up the pace, because if we win this, we need to do an Outpost phase tonight as well. Okay. Yeah, lacerating stabs. That is not a good one to miss. That is the only other top burn I have, right? Yeah. Okay. We will take a point of damage to reroll that for sure. Frosthaven characters are broken in Gloomhaven. Played Deathwalker on TTS, an Ancient Drill plus power plus goggles, attack, and poison, all adjacent. Yeah. I mean, that's an annoying one to lose, of course. It is like our hallmark card, but to be honest, I haven't actually been using it that much. And these guys only got 5 health. It's probably better just to poison them and try and get some traps in their face anyway. I'm okay with that. Right, so this turn then, I think I know what I'm trying to achieve. I know I'm doing that there. And I think I need to... What do we got? 3 poison there. This guy there. I'm going to avoid him. Okay, so deep breath, we're gonna go 14. We're gonna teleport up here. And I will wound number 1. I'm also going to... This is a bit risky, maybe. I might end up burning a card here. I didn't really think this through. Might end up getting destroyed a little bit here. I'm going to curse. I'm going to use this to double curse. And then we also get to muddle something. Guess we'll muddle you. Okay. Trapper. So first things first, I'm going to move 2. 1, 2. Go through the heal trap. That's going to heal us for 2. Which is nice. Get rid of that wound. Then create 1 bless trap in an adjacent empty hex. I think we can probably... What's this guy doing? He's not moving at all. That's fun. We'll put it there. And that is just straight up a bless. Nothing more. Then we will play the top of caltrops. Gain an XP. And we will make 2 1 damage traps. So within range 2. So we'll put one there. I guess I'll put one there too. It's either that or I place it like down here. Oh, in terms of the door, if you're wondering where the door is, the door's down here. Sorry, I didn't put the door marker down. Door's like here. No, yeah, no, this isn't the last mobs. Banker. Okay. To be honest, I don't think that trap's ever going to get used anymore, so I'm just going to move that off. If only if it was 8 damage. Okay, so Burrowing Blades, they're both just going to attack the Deep Wraith here. So the first one is going to attack... Oh, wait, have I messed up here? Did I kill the wrong one at some point? I've got number 1 targeted here. This is weird. Hang on. Huh? Did I kill the wrong one? Number 1 was over here, right? What the hell? What did I do? I've somehow messed up my standees here. I'm not quite sure how. I guess I did do some damage to this, didn't I? So this is actually number 6, but I'll use it as number 1 for the purposes of this from now on. Kind of weird. But that is number 1, I think. So that attacks first. So it's going to attack for... yeah, that actually happens, I think, right? Yeah. That's a bit of a problem. Is that 4 damage? It is 4. Yikes. Maybe burn card situation there, but I mean, we might be able to get away with it. I'm a bit nervous about my heal, though. I don't actually have any more heal. Probably should have kept the bottom of Lion Weight to heal myself. That would have probably been the smart move instead of using it to just curse them. It's no mistake. Maybe. Can I get a heal trap down, though, with my... No. Ugh. Can't even get a heal trap down now with my... That might be a bit of a problem. It's fine. 5 was the baned one. Oh, did I just take the wrong standee off, maybe? I guess that's possible. I may have just taken the wrong standee off. Elliot, hey. Thank you so much for the resub, buddy. Using your Amazon Prime here. I appreciate it. 4 months now. Really appreciate the support. Welcome back, my friend. Good to have you back. The quest continues. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing awesome. Hope you're having a great week so far. See, I'm using dice on the traps. Yes, we're now using dice on the traps. Make it much clearer. We're also now in 60 FPS. Look at that. The speed.
Wow.
Wow, so fast. Okay. Okay, good. Second one was disadvantaged, so that's okay. So these guys are over. Frozen Corpse. Nada. next round. So this is a bit of a problem now. Deep Wraith is now in trouble. Very much in trouble. Needs to be saved. Or we need that lovely card to come up to say that they'll target the Trapper. That is also a card that could come up that would be really useful right now. The Deep Wraith really needs a break. Guess we're doing this. Oh man, I really hate this. Really bad initiative. But it's kind of the only thing I can do here. I don't need to do a lot of damage, though, to kill these, huh? Kind of hoping that the Frozen Corpse also doesn't do anything. What's my Pierce one? 88. That's horrible. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Is the campaign book in Frost done in a constant page flipping way like Forgotten Circles with later rooms hidden? Yes. There is a scenario book which has basically the starting room and story on it. Then there is a section book, which is a separate book entirely, which is this book here. And these are all done like, the book will tell you, flip to this page once you have opened the door, and then you go to that page, and then there's the next bit of the story in there, so it hides it. Yeah. That's all I can do. Fingers crossed a little bit here. Okay, that's pretty good, I think. I think we can make that work. Boots of speed. Boost of speed to the rescue again. We just need to, we just need to be away from them, right? Oh, okay, hang on. This could be interesting. We just need to run away from them, right? One of them's dead, and then it's just number 3. Okay. Maybe I change what I do a little bit here then. And then I push him up there, and then that takes 3, 4, 5. That could probably kill him. Okay. I think I changed what I do slightly here then. So we'll use, I mean, them going invisible is a little bit frustrating, but I think we can probably get away with it. So we're going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really good that I played this in the end. So we're going to use Flurry of Nails to attack the Frozen Corpse for 3. That's annoying. I guess it's with disadvantage because it's before them. I haven't actually been doing that. That's really bad. See what I mean about the check marks? I actually forget that that is a scenario effect in play. And it doesn't matter, but... So, push, push. 2 damage. It's kind of frustrating, right? Could have been dead there. Could have been dead there. All right, well, Deep Wraith's plan is a little bit weird. So I guess we're going to attack number 1. No, well, which is technically number 6 for 3 here. With disadvantage? Sure. -1, so that's 2. They have 2 shields, so no damage, basically. It's a bit of a long shot, that one. Then we're going to move on to this loot here. I do feel like I've just been moving backwards this scenario. I haven't had many reason not to just chill there, really. Right. So the invisibility is a bit awkward here, of course. Deep Wraith is going to have to long rest next turn, as much as I hate it. Oh, I guess I could have used the heavy sword, right? So we've done 1 damage there. Yeah, that was dumb of me. I should have used the heavy sword there. So I was planning on long resting. So I did 1 damage to this. So actually that's perfect. I stupidly forgot that I was planning on long resting, so I may as well use the heavy sword. Nice, okay. Don't think I've missed many between traps and being muddled anyway. Oh, damage and stuff? No. Does Rod still have no punishment for scenario losses and infinite retries of them? Yes, it does. There's no, there's no real drawback to doing it. Just time, which is, can be frustrating. You don't want to consistently lose. If you just hit restart scenario, you do technically lose your resources as well. So the game does kind of force you to make a decision. So if you lose a scenario, you could either stay where you are and just hit restart scenario, which means you don't go back to town. If you do that, you have to give up all material resources that you collected in that scenario. But you do get to keep any gold and XP that you earned, and then you go again. Or if you want to keep those material resources that you had, you need to go back to town, resolve an outpost phase, then go back to the scenario. Resolving an outpost phase generally can be, depending on the month, right? You don't really want to go back empty-handed, or like having to go back and redo one. Can upset your calendar a little bit. I don't feel like ultimately going back and resolving an outpost phase isn't terrible. It would only be terrible if you fail the scenario in like the first room or something and you did get a very poor amount of resources, so you're going back with like 1 extra wood, nothing to spend it on, nothing to buy. It does feel like you've kind of wasted an opportunity there. So that's something to think about. All right, unavoidable outcome. We're gonna target this guy, attack him for 2. Or 1 with the shield, no damage, but if the target is adjacent to a trap, spring the trap, woohoo, and deal the damage to him. I love this, even if I draw poorly, the RNG can't stop me, chat. RNG can't stop me. You can't hold me back. Then I guess we'll go 1, 2. I'm going to be long resting next turn, I guess. We'll go get this bless. And we put a trap down here. Which is what? 2 damage trap? Yeah, 2 damage trap. Oh, disadvantage? You're right. Yeah, I should have drawn again. Good call. It's a really like, this is the thing with challenges. It's so easy. I mean, I know that I'm like streaming as well. And I've always said like, it's quite difficult to stream this game and play it completely correct. Because there's just so much going on. Really difficult to always nail it. But yeah, stuff like that is... It's another thing that players need to administer. My argument of maybe Frosthaven should be a video game, not a board game, stands up, you know? These things would just be managed for you and you can just deal with them as they come up, rather than like, oh yeah, you have, you know, in Gloomhaven, people often felt like, oh, I think I might be playing something wrong, or you get that nagging feeling that you're not doing something quite right, because there's so many rules, you're just scared that you're missing something. And I know that we've all kind of overcome that over time and said, you know, if you're not playing Gloomhaven wrong, you're probably not playing Gloomhaven. But with Frosthaven, there's even more of those little things where you're like, oh yeah, I got to think about that, and then I got to think about this. You know, there's like, ooh. Right, so Trapper's done. These guys die. Bam. Nice. Timed that very nicely with the wounds in the end. That also gets us 2 extra trophies because they died to wound. I should have timed my long rest here, right? Let's get this loot. Deep Wraith is going to long rest. Ooh. Just about survived. And we'll have to get rid of something. Get rid of Hollow Aura, maybe? Sure. I've got a couple of like really big turns coming up on the Deep Wraith. The thing with the Deep Wraith is that it looks like you're not doing too much. And then last time we showed that that one huge last, like the last 2 or 3 rounds of the game, Deep Wraith just goes mental and just wins you the scenario. That's what I'm angling for again here. Just go nice and slowly. Nothing too crazy, you know? Oh, sorry, no, I can't get rid of that. I have to get rid of this from my discard. That's right. Okay. But we are quite low on cards now, so it's worth us thinking about. So that's Deep Wraith's turn over. Next round, we're going to just be moving towards the door. Let's do it. We'll long rest on the trap here. We've got 1 card in hand, so that's all good. Deep Wraith needs to start zipping around a little bit. I can't waste a load of time looting these, I don't think. It's a bit awkward, really. I'd love to waste time looting them, but I don't think I can waste time looting. So much loot on the floor. Just feels like a waste. But we've got a whole other room left yet. I have no idea how many enemies are going to be in that. Maybe I could like share and maybe I could pick up like 2 each here. I'm definitely long resting as well before this is up. Okay. Yeah, move to loot. Nothing else. Oh, 2 hide. Trapper. We get to create a 1 damage trap next to us. I don't think it really matters, but for XP purposes, it can give us a little bit of XP farming potential. Yeah, mistakes will be made, accept and go on. Yeah, you just kind of gotta get on with it. I always feel like there's, you know, there's always Gloomhaven and Frosthaven's always gonna have that level of you just need to like move on, you know. As long as you're finding the game fun and you know, you're not playing something so fundamentally wrong that it's really skewing the game, then I feel like it's fine. Just, you know, enjoy playing the game. So we need to get rid of a card. I am very worried about my stamina here. I've taken a fair amount of time to get through this room, and that might be a bit of a problem. I mean, I guess I don't need to get everybody out, but it's starting to look like I'm not going to be able to get anybody out at all. We get rid of the push or the pull? Probably the push, because the pull is something we're going to definitely use more so than the push, I think. The pull is quite easy to implement. Plus it gives me my immobilize with my weighted net. So yeah, we'll keep the pull. Okay. Right now we do need to make a bit of a concerted effort. We can maybe loot one of these each. And then go. Can I do that? Or do I need to just go open the door? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I've only got 2 more turns before I need to long rest again. Yeah, I need to get out. Yeah. We need to like TP. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, I can get to the door. So I can't. I think we just have to go. We just have to go, man. Actually, to be fair, I can do it in 2. I can go that and then into that, which gives me 5 move. So I could actually get 1 more before I need to long rest. Okay, we can get 1 more before we need to long rest. I can go to that one, and then I can go 1, 2, 3. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I guess it's within 1 hex difference, so we get 1 piece of loot. All right, and I feel like the Trapper is just gonna have to go. So 1 more piece of loot for the Deep Wraith, and then Trapper. I'm sorry, buddy, but you need to move on. Yeah, okay. Right, sorry chat, I just really need to figure this out. There's a lot of things that could go potentially weird here. Okay. We're literally just looting there and there. That's that done. Give me the loot. I do need loot on these characters, so I don't want to just not loot, you know? And gold is actually pretty useful right now. How's the questing today? Hey, Phantom, it's going great. Really good. Very much enjoying this scenario. It feels like it's very well suited for our characters, so. It helps when that's the case, right? So we're moving for 3. Technically, we destroy this, but I don't think it really matters. And then we are using Ball Catcher to create 1 4 damage trap in NCX within 2. That will hopefully get us an XP. That will hopefully get us a little bit closer. And something to throw or dismantle at the enemy. We haven't even used dismantle yet. Okay, 66. 1, 2, 3. So I can open the door potentially. Or I could maybe wait 1 more turn to do that. I guess there's a case here where they might spawn them behind me again. Is there a case where they could do that? I mean, I guess they could spawn them at A again. That would be a bit weird, but... be annoying? I guess we would just leave them to it. Okay. 1, 2. Create a blast trap. Other card's not going to do anything. Deep Wraith. We are teleporting for 3. 3. Consuming one of these. Heal ourselves up for 2. Sorry, for 3. Very nice. Your recent mistake fix, throw a few more enemies down on the board. That's brave. Elliot, that's brave. For like certain enemies, sure. Other enemies, not so much. Then we use Tumultuous Panic. Attack 1, move 2. Attack 2, we're only going to use the move 2. 1, 2 to move on to the Bless. Do you know the weird thing is, we still got curses in this Deep Wraith and we haven't drawn all of them, and I really thought we would have by now. Okay, so that now puts basically almost both characters on long rests, but technically not the Trapper. Deep Wraith is now back on a long rest again. This is a bit scary. I've got a really, really nice couple of turns though, potentially, so like we will end very fast. That's the idea. Trapper, we will go on 25 and we will see where the Caltrops takes us. Okay. So we're just going to use this as default move 2. 1. 54.1. Here we go.
You leap and roll, threading through the conduit forest in search of shelter from these subterranean attackers. But you only make it a short way before your path becomes blocked. Olgok's corpses, a small horde of them, stand animated in the snow, their bodies mangled beyond what any living thing could endure. They are exsanguinated and withered, but still they walk. You gird yourself to fight on 2 fronts when out of nowhere, you hear a voice shouting,
Burning sun.
It's an Olgox standing on the far side of this horde, batting away one of the subterranean creatures.
I'll rip your infernal.
The Olgox's words are muffled by the tide of dead bodies. You don't know who the lone survivor pledges allegiance to, but you know he'll have answers if you can get to him in time.
Ooh. Friend or foe? Friend or foe? Hang on a minute. What? Oh, do we have to take that tile up? It's the same tile. You can't use the same tile twice. I didn't even notice that. It's the same tile. 11A. Wow, this is going to be interesting. Let's read the blurb. 54.1. Let's see what it says then. I didn't even notice that. either a typo or something funky is about to happen. 0.1. No. What? I mean, I don't mind. I can do it, but you think misprint, errata? What's it meant to be? I mean, I can use the same tile, right? I mean, for me, it's fine because as long as there doesn't seem to be any other special rule here, so like I can take this tile away, which is probably for the best now anyway. It allows me to have a bit of space, so special rules for me. Works for me. Okay, so let's get like this. All right, what's the best way to do this? Probably like turning it maybe, or pushing it that way like this. Can you guys see it all if I do that? Yeah, you can. Okay. Ooh. Is it going to perfectly connect? I mean, it would if the tiles weren't warped to all hell, but, you know, maybe. Oh. Stand corrected. Check its FAQ. It should be 11C, but it doesn't matter, I guess. 11C is, I mean, it looks pretty much the same. It's just another snowy one. There's no, like, big difference there. It's just another snowy one. Should probably use this skinning knife at some point, huh? Might be a good idea. The tiny tile name in the book picture is 11A again. So it's like, that's the weird thing. It is a complete misprint. The actual, the image matches 11A. The tile says 11.8, like it's a complete misprint. It's not just the map layout that's got a misprint. It's actually this page in the scenario book also has a misprint, or the section book also has a misprint. It's kind of, yeah. At least it's wrong in both places. Right. So now we're going to poach a few of these because they're not going to be particularly relevant. This is a little bit scary now, chat, because the special rules are if the Algok's guard dies, the scenario is lost, but he is an ally to me and an enemy to all other monsters. So, well, I mean, I guess he's an ally then. That would be an ally then. Starts right at the very back of the room as well. Surrounded by 2 burrowing blades. However, if they just focus on the furthest away enemy, they would just come straight to me, right? Like, easy. I guess we're about to find out. I do, however, generally dislike what may be about to happen, which is, you know, there is an opportunity here where, with a very set circumstances of draws where we just lose on the spot, right? Or lose very quickly. I'm not a huge fan of it when you have these kind of like, oh no, like you gotta protect the guy and he's at the other end of the thing, and then if all the enemies go before me, it's, yeah. If I make a tile mistake, I spawn a couple of extra enemies on the board as a fix like we determined. No, I didn't agree to that. I didn't agree to that. That's not me, that was Elliot. Elliot can do that. I'm not doing that. We need a elite burrowing blade. And one more regular burrowing blade, actually. It's going there. And that is it. There you go. Focus enemy furthest away. Perfect. So it's going to work in our favor straight away, immediately. See, like, this is fine. We can deal with this now. Number 5. Right, let's try and not screw this up. 6 and 2. Okay. So we've got one more point of movement left. I could just set up a bunch of traps here, couldn't I? Maybe? What's their movement? 4 and 5. But then if there's traps there, they'll default to this guy, right? They'll go to something where they don't have to move into a trap. This is where the traps get a bit funky. Because they might actually focus on the guard because, well, there's only traps they can fit into. So they'll go, no, thank you. Got to be a bit careful with my placement. I could drop back one and I could just chuck some traps down in front. They can jump, yes, but they can land on traps, right? That's the point. If if I'm surrounded by traps, they are a melee enemy after all. I think there is one ranged attack that we saw, but generally, they are actually melee. So, you know, I could jump back and just chuck a couple more traps down. I think it's just worth it. The weird part is, like, I feel like these enemies feel like they will overrule some focus rules that you might, you know, not be thinking of. We'll leave one little space there. He's very buff. Do I think he needs help? I don't know. I think he'll probably be okay. He's probably just going to, like, destroy this now. I just need to make sure that I move him in a good way. So he's going to attack for 5. Mark my word. Oh, he's got his own attack modifier deck. I was going to say, he's going to draw those curses that I put in the monster deck earlier. Guaranteed. All right, 4 damage. But they have shield 2, right? So 2 damage to number 6. Not bad. And he's strengthened. I guess the thing is he might also walk through traps and do silly things himself. Okay, so the elite first is going to focus on the... Oh, he's going to actually focus on him, right? He's going to go that way. That's maybe slightly worrying. Didn't think about that. I guess there wasn't much I could do about it, though. Then these two are going to come this way. That's kind of interesting. There'll be like an epic fight between these two up the top. And we maybe need to go up there and break it up if needs be. I don't know how I rate a Burrowing Blade versus an Algox Guard. I feel like Burrowing Blades have low value attacks in general, like max out at 3. Algoxes are going to be hitting for like 5. He's strengthened as well. He could hit for a huge hit. He's also got, could potentially draw, you know, like a 15 shield retaliate type thing. Then it's going to be these. So he's going to go up to 4, right? See, this is the weird part, right? Is he going to go there or not? Focus on the thing furthest away. Right. That overrules everything, right? Like the card overrules everything. Allies get their own modifier deck. This reminds me of the gameplay clip you put at the end of my YouTube vids. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Foreshadowing, huh? Foreshadowing. It was really that was a really funny interaction because, like, it's funny knowing now that Isaac had already decided that yes, in Frosthaven there is an ally modifier deck. Because at that point in time, Frosthaven had been, you know, long in development. So many scenarios in the game had been mostly, well, maybe not done, but, you know, like a lot of it had already been decided. And I imagine that had already been decided. So it was funny that he was like, yeah, like, sure, why not? I guess it makes a lot of sense. Like, yeah. He would cut his jump short if there is an available empty spot. So, yeah, but he would try and get there we would maximize his movement, right? Because there's no way that he could get to that spot without moving through a trap. So he focuses on the furthest enemy, right? That's the focus. Then he goes, okay, what hex is he trying to get to? If he had an infinite amount of movement, what hex is he trying to get to? Well, this one or this one. Right? Which can be done. Is there a route that doesn't go through traps? No. So therefore, it would maximize its amount of movement and go through traps as needed. Right? It will take the shortest possible path, but if that included traps, then it would have to go through traps. So with jump and infinite movement, he would stop short. Why? Because with it, he would still maximize his movement, right? He wants to move 4. Like, an enemy will not... There's nothing in my mind that would stop him from ending his turn there. Because he's going to have to go through a trap. He does have jump, right? But that's an innate ability, and enemies are not smart enough to know, oh yeah, I have jump. Like, I know that on my next turn, I'll just be able to jump over that trap. So sure, I won't go through it. Enemies are not smart enough to make that distinction. Not by the regular AI rules. This is just based on the monster movement site. I mean, to me, it doesn't ring necessarily true because it, for example, if he did not have jump, right? If we take jump out of the equation entirely, no jump, in theory, it would still go through this trap, right? I mean, obviously, there's a big distance here, but if it was, say, here, I don't know, let's say here, right? If it was here, didn't have jump. Move 4, focus on the furthest enemy possible. Okay, it's this guy here. Where's the closest hex? Okay, it's here. All right, I want to try and get to this hex here. Can I get there without going through a trap? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Just because he has jump, I don't see why he would stop one shot. No jump, he would walk through it, but I don't see how jump changes that rule. I don't see how jump, suddenly the enemy becomes smarter because they have jump. That, to me, does not ring true with every other example of monster focus, right? So I don't think it does. The monster treats anything that would normally block its movement, obstacles, traps, enemies, as an ally in terms of where it can move to, i.e. they can move through them but not end their movement in the same hex. Then it follows all the normal movement rules, minimum movement. Okay, interesting. It just seems like a very, like... it just seems like, why make it convoluted? Like, compared to... It's like, oh yeah, it's another one of these examples of Gloomhaven being like, oh yeah, this is the rule. Oh, but... unless the enemy has this, right? It's like, okay, well, why? I mean, fair. I mean, it doesn't matter to me too much. I'm not too bothered. But it's an example of the rules not being consistent when the same situation arises. You know, it's like saying, oh yeah, enemies, like I always have this saying, like enemies are stupid. Like they don't know what they're going to do on the next turn. They don't know what abilities they have. They don't understand what card they're going to draw. So don't try and give the enemy artificial thoughts of, oh yeah, it's a stupid thing for me to do that. But that kind of does, because it's like, oh yeah, well now the enemy's not going to do that. It's like, it's another example of like the rules just not being natural. Like, oh yeah, there's this one rule, but unless this enemy has this one thing, this seems dumb. It is stupid in the way that it thinks it will have jump next turn. Right. It's like, I guess it's a problem with like innate jump as a mechanic over innate flying. Because innate flying, you have no issue there, right? It just stays there. It's just weird as well that it's like, oh yeah, it treats it as an ally. Why does it treat it as an ally? What does an ally have anything to do with it? Why do they specifically use the word ally? Like, again, it's like, I don't, what difference does it make? They could just say it treats it like an obstacle and it can't end its movement there. That's like literally it. I don't see why they need to like oh, it's, yeah. Isn't that kind of consistent with the infinite movement concept? Well, with the infinite movement concept, it would always move, it would move its maximum move in the direction that it could, right? It's just weird that if it didn't have flying, it would go through, if it didn't have jump, it would have landed on the trap in that situation, which makes, like, to me, wow, that's clever. You know, you've managed to, like, place a trap in a very specific place to catch out a jumping enemy. You should be rewarded for that. I don't see why suddenly jumping enemies have, like, got some next level of IQ, you know, of AI, where they can distinguish that when other normal monsters cannot. Like, for example, if I was a frozen corpse here, like, and I'm like, oh, I've got to move too, why would I not suddenly go big brain frozen corpse play? Oh, I'm only going to move 1 because I know on my next turn I'm probably going to move 2, right? And it feels like, again, it's adding like an extra layer to the AI that some monsters are getting but some others aren't, which is inconsistent. And I don't really understand why, because it gives off the impression that that enemy is smarter than other enemies for some strange reason. It's just... It has nothing to do with allies, it just happens to be the same as allies in terms of rulings. So they use that to explain. Yeah, but like you can't end your turn in an obstacle hex either. It's like, yeah, the good old focus rules. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, did they really need to do that in that way? I don't know. Anyway, so that happened there. That happened there. Deep Wraith is long resting. We'll just get rid of the card. Dude. Yeah, probably that. Oh, actually, that's really good. I know what I want to do on the next turn. I'm going to go for my battle goal and try and just go for the win. Oh, I can't quite go for the win. Oh, actually, no. This could actually be maybe... Oh, no. Oh, I guess I could kind of go for it like that, couldn't I? Yeah, actually, it's fine. I'm going to go for it on the next turn, I think. So in which case, let's get rid of something that doesn't really help us win this. Going in for the big damage. Huge damage play. Short rest or long rest? I guess short rest. Short rest trapper. And we'll see where we go. Unavoidable outcome. I think we can actually get rid of unavoidable outcome now. Dismantle's the one I want. Okay. Focus on the enemy furthest away. Okay, we got some really good draws here. This worked out really well for us, I think. So, Deep Wraith. Here we go. We're going to get our battle goal. So we're going to burn the bottom of this. So, teleport 4. Immobilize this guy. Doesn't really matter hugely here, but we will immobilize number 2. Then we will teleport 2. And we will disarm number 6. Actually, he's got no health, right? Should we just number 2, actually? That's going to give us 1 XP. Then we're going to use the lacerating stabs. So we'll attack number... I guess we attack number 2 here. For 2, first and foremost. So oh, actually we get a wound as well. It doesn't really matter, we're wounding. I guess we muddle this through our bottom of our ability here. So we'll do attack 2 on number 2 here. Not got any great expectations here, but okay, 3. So that's 1 damage and a wound. Then we will do on number 2, we will use our heavy sword here to attack it for 2 plus 1 if it was different. So 3 with a heavy sword 4. Oh, these are all supposed to be a disadvantage, aren't they? Jesus Christ. Yeah. Forgot about that rule. That rule just makes, like, again, like the challenges, man. They just make the game harder to track. So I guess we just draw 2 here. Okay, plus 1 then. So that's 2, 3. So it's 3, 4, 5. 3. The shield 2. Nice. Okay. That dies. Right. Boom. That gives us 2 XP. And completes our battle goal.
Wow.
So that's good. Ravager is done. See, like that can be like a super explosive final turn. Didn't end up being, but you know, we can gain 3 XP and basically just wound everything. Can be very good. Now onto the Trapper. How much loot does the Deep Wraith have right now? How many tokens you got, buddy? 1, 2. I want to make sure I don't accidentally 4. I don't want to accidentally fail my battle goal. How many do you have? 1. Okay, that's all good. So we will move forward with jump. Grab that. And we will replace 1 adjacent trap with a 5 damage wound trap. Don't know why I took it off. I can literally just change the thing. That's the whole reason why I put dice in. Ooh. And that gets us an XP. Okay. Nice. So that's all good. So Algox is going to go. Bam. He's going to attack for 5 with Strengthen. Ally deck. It's +1. So that's 6 against a shield 3. So that's going to do 3 damage. Absolutely wrecking him. So this is going to focus on the enemy furthest away. I guess it's a tie, but Deep Wraith would win the tie there because they're both furthest away. So it would go and attack the Deep Wraith. They just love to try to kill this Deep Wraith, huh? So that's 4 damage, I guess, and a wound. Sure. We'll just take it. We should be pretty comfortable from this point onwards. The other guy is disarmed, so nothing happens. Okay, next round. So we need to go for... I think we're going to go for dismantle here. We're going to go for a cheeky dismantle play. Deep Wraith has really bad initiative here. Okay. I'll try this. Oh, wow. Survives. Somehow survives. Unbelievable. Right, so Trapper's going to go first. We're going to use Dismantle. So destroy 1 adjacent trap to perform an attack X range 3, where X is the damage value of the destroyed trap, and also add all conditions of the destroyed trap to the attack. So we're going to do an attack 5 against, let's guess the elite here, with wound. With disadvantage because of the condition. Probably miss. Yeah, there you go. Called it. But we do get a wound on. Bruh. Move up to 5. Don't really know what we need to do here, really. Just don't be adjacent, really. That's the key. Algok's gonna move in a little bit. We're a Deep Wraith's turn. So I don't really want them to go invisible here. I guess that would be a little bit sucky. That wouldn't be that bad. I guess what I'll do is I'll do Staring into the Abyss and I'll stun the elite. And then we'll use Lion Wait to teleport 3. I'll go literally here. And we will heal ourselves for 3. Spend a trophy. Kind of weird that that doesn't get us an XP. I really wish that Lion Wait Bottom gave you an XP. Having said that, like, our XP gain has been fairly okay, I would say. Okay. Next round. Long rest, Deep Wraith. We're almost dead. We've got 3 cards left. You know, we're pretty much there now. Probably short rest Trapper. Although saying that, I could probably long rest because they're invisible. Actually, this guy isn't, right? The elite isn't invisible right now. I can't really do anything about him, though. I might just long rest here, too. See what happens, really. I feel like the guard can just do the business. How is the trophy mechanic working out? Well, we haven't really been using them, to be honest. I've certainly focused a little bit more on getting my Trapper to work really well. Less so my Deep Wraith so far. So I'm starting to, like, really get the gears going on the Trapper. I think once I've done that, I can kind of maybe focus a little bit more on the Deep Wraith, trying to get some good turns out of him. But the burn cards and just some of the incidental XP that we can get is actually pretty good. So, like, we do a lot of incidental stuff. You know, we've got the wounds up on these Burrowing Blades, which will hopefully make us win, so. Okay, so Elite's gonna focus on the enemy furthest away. Well, we're all 1 away. But the guard is technically breaks focus, so he's going to go there. So he's going to attack the guard for 2. 2. And same situation here. One. Then the Algox is going to attack the elite here for 6. Overkill if you ask me, buddy, but, you know, whatever you need to do. I mean, like, he's very strong. Probably could have taken most of that top part of the room on his own. Wound on the guard. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Wound on the guard. I don't think it'll matter, but yeah. Good call. So he's dead. Oh, sorry, that was supposed to be 99, but it doesn't matter. We will get rid of something that doesn't give us any XP. That. Deep Wraith, we will... Can I get XP with either of these two cards? No? No, I don't think so. Not without Dark or Invisibility somehow. For sure. Oh, also with my Trapper, I guess I get to make a 1 damage trap. Okay. Trapper. Newt, newt. Do. I mean, I just assume that we kind of win here, so I don't think there's much that this guy can do, right? I might just win right here. Right, guard's just going to attack for 4. 4 into shield 2. It's 2 damage. Easy. It is over then. Good job, Mr. Guard. Trapper. I was literally just going to upgrade this into a 5 damage trap for an XP. And that's it. I can't get here, unfortunately. I didn't pay enough movement, so that's my bad. I can't get any other loot. And then... what was I doing? Oh, that was what I was doing. Teleporting for 3. Get that loot. Heal for 3. Doesn't really matter. No XP, but we do get that loot. Alright, and there you go. GG's. Good scenario, everyone. How Burrowing Blades been? They've been fun to fight against, really. They've actually been really fun to fight against. I feel like they're quite confusing because of the whole targeting an enemy furthest away seems like simple, but yeah, I think like it might confuse players because it's not like, oh yeah, now know what you know about about focus rules. You got to kind of like flip it on his head a little bit. Can be a little bit of like a bit of a head scrambler. Oop, not that. Whoops, this is what I want. Gimme. Oh, wrong character. Shoot. Undo. Nice. Yay! There you go. Okay, cool. Good. That's it. End of scenario. We win! 13.1, everybody. What was the challenge we had there? If we attacked before the enemy's in a round, we gain disadvantage. If we attack after the enemy's act, we gain advantage. Which was a bit of an annoying one to remember to administer all the time. But we completed the scenario, so... I may have forgotten in certain places to do it a little bit. I had to keep reminding myself to do it. But I don't think it would have made a huge difference. But yeah, it's good. It's not a bad one. It's an okay little challenge. Don't forget to use the knife. Oh yeah, I should probably Should I use the knife? I actually want gold though, that's the thing. Gold is... Well, I guess it's only 3 gold versus having 3. Yeah, okay. Sure. Look at how many I got. 6 hide. Love it. I mean, I have got like 20 odd hide at the moment. Okay. Right, here we go. Scenario conclusion.
You spin in every direction, scanning for more mounds speeding toward you or dead bodies rising from the snow. But after a moment, you're sure. It's finally over. You turn to the lone surviving Olgox. It is one of the ice speakers, but he's badly wounded. You motion to the field, to the spikes of ice and the dead Olgox that lie behind you, and ask what it was all for. A look of desperation folds over the wounded Olgox.
If you had asked me weeks ago, I would have said it was for justice. But now, it looks like a reason to get ourselves killed.
You offer to take him back to Snowscorn and the Snow Speakers, where he may get healing in exchange for information about this whole plot. The survivor shrugs, but you sense a willingness in him.
Fine then, warm bloods. Take me back. I want to look the snow sniffers in the eye.
After a day of travel, you arrive at the mountain and find the Snow Speaker chief in the central chamber.
You bring curious reports.
The chief says, turning toward the captured ice speaker.
And you, ice lover?
She leers at the captured ice speaker.
What can you say of yourself? What are these conduits?
The battered Olgox speaks plainly.
They are weapons.
He snorts, and a ripple of angry shock shoots through the assembled crowd.
A forest of crystals that, when called upon by the ice speakers, would unleash a force that no army could withstand.
His words still carry venom, but they are thinned by exhaustion.
However, Geryu has turned against us, sending burrowers to slaughter us. I have seen what this path yields. Endless retribution and bloodshed. I wish for rest. That is all.
Outrage. The room breaks into full debate, and your ears ring from the noise.
Enough!
Chief Lanprel erupts and drives her staff into the floor, releasing a thunderous crack that silences the room. She looks out over the gathered heads of her kin.
This one speaks truth.
She says decisively.
There is no way forward through war. We have fought the Ice Cult for centuries, and yet we are no closer to peace. There will never be a time when bloodshed is not met by more bloodshed, and I say now is the time for change.
You're as naive as your ancestors, then.
A tall, young snow speaker steps forward and addresses the crowd, her voice thick with arrogance.
Sit down, Denpang.
The chief instructs, but the young snow speaker does not move.
Shall we simply stand by and let these heretics activate their weapons, destroying our families in the Whitefire Wood?
She asks. A clamor of no rises up.
No, of course not.
The newcomer, Denpang, smirks at the chieftain.
And with these champions on our side, we will have victory once and for all. We must plan for an assault, and these warmbloods had best come with us, if they wish to remain in our favor.
With a final, confident snort, the young Olgox departs, taking with her a sizable portion of the gathered snow speakers. The chief nods as if she expected such an outcome.
Do not listen to her.
She says,
It is peace we must seek. I have a plan to heal the divide between our two groups, but it will take time to arrange a peace summit with the Ice Speakers. And I will also do what I can to delay Denpang's assault. When the time comes, I hope you will join me instead, and we will truly end this war.
Whoa. Was it just me, or did Denpang, you know, sound like she was, you know, from like California or something? Didn't really sound very much like an Algox from the old snowy mountains of Frosthaven. Didn't even do a little couldn't muster up a little voice for that one. Okay, rewards for this scenario are: we gain a morale, we gain 1 random item blueprint, and we add 122.3 to the calendar in 4 weeks. Good old morale. Peach Algox. Algox are Canadian? Alright. Random item blueprint is pretty high price. Yes, not bad. It is not bad at all. We will take it. Our morale is like through the roof right now. We are on 17 morale. Only what, 3 more, and we get a we unlock a part of the section book. It's pretty cool. 4 weeks time. Three. Right. That's the calendar. Okay, cool. All right, so success. Don't know why I thought I'd finish this scenario. I'm not playing in casual mode. Weird. Don't know why it thinks I'm playing in casual mode. It thinks I've completed it, but I have not gone anywhere. No, this is the first time I've ever booted up this scenario in the app. All right, let's get a let's get ourselves an outpost phase going, huh? Did we level up? We probably came pretty close. Ooh, one more scenario. One more scenario. Both got our battle goals done, and we got the perk thing done, which is cool. So let's get this, then we'll do our random item. Or random item blueprint, I should say. Random item blueprint. Random item blueprint. All right, nice. Okay, so let's get the calendar. Are we looped yet? That'll be the first week of summer? That's not how I've got it here. Have I missed an X here? Huh? Hang on. Huh? Is there too many columns in this spreadsheet? 1, 2, 3, 4. 20, right? What? Huh? 15. I've just not been doing the calendar right at all. I must have missed like several X's. I think I've just messed up like several X's here. Can you run out of calendar? No, you can't run out of calendar. You just go down to the next row. But it's when like, I think I'm running out of winter. I'm just trying to think like my calendar on my spreadsheet. If you go to the campaign link, does not match up. And that's weird because I've been doing them both at the same time. So I'm starting to wonder, what have I done wrong? But then they haven't got an event in the last block of winter, which should be 129.3. They've got 129.3 at the beginning of summer, which is not. It's the last day of winter. I feel like they've made a mistake. Maybe they've just made a mistake on this spreadsheet. For some strange reason, they've put the dates in the wrong place. Can I remove this comment? Just kind of weird. I don't know why you would do that. Okay, I've put it right, I think. I'm just going to go off the sheet. Presumably the sheet is correct. Okay, so I've got that one step too far out, so that needs to be there. No, it needs to be there. But I've got 122.3 there. Where's 122.3? What the frick? I have somehow really managed to mess my calendar up, chat, and I don't know how. I've got 122.3 listed here. I've got that's wrong. That should be the last day before winter, so that should be ticked. We're about to cross off box number 3. That's supposed to say 138.1. That's not supposed to have anything on it. What the hell is 122.3? Gonna have to look it up. Oh, that's the new thing. That's what I've literally just put it in. Donut. That's me being dumb. Literally the thing I've just written down. One, two, three. So it's the first week of summer. Right. Jesus. Oh, God. It's been a long day, all right? Right. What's 176.4 doing there? Well, that's in the right place somehow. I don't know how I managed to put that in the right place, but there you go. Okay, right, random item then. Oh, God. Random items are the purple cards, right? We're all in agreement? Well, these are random item blueprints. They're not the purple cards. Oh, 15. Jesus. Blue cards. Blue cards. Right, I got half of the blue cards. We need the falcon. I don't know which half of these cards I'm supposed to do either. Jesus. Where's the setup page? I don't know which half I'm supposed to do. Randomize. Ah. Alright, so it's 51 to 58. 51 to 58. Right. Okay. We get the random item blueprint of slippery sword. Yay. Oh, actually, it's actually really good. During your melee ability, add +2 to one attack after the ability gain disarm. Whoa, hello. Wet noodle? Yeah, that's kind of cool. It's pretty neat. Do it right before arrest, yeah? That's pretty cool. Three items you need though. So what number was that? That was number 58. Oop. Reminds you of hamstring? Yeah, same kind of thing, right? I feel like it would work. It would work quite well on someone like the trapper, actually. Like we've got one push melee attack, but like a lot of our other abilities are just not attacks. I don't know. Food for thought. Could be something that we could maybe use. Maybe not. Okay. Let's get on with our outpost phase then, shall we? Oh, event. Oh, it's like speed outpost phase today. Oh god, it's an attack. Maybe not. Number 4. Here we go.
Frosthaven's no stranger to snow, but as dawn breaks, even the long-time veterans of the north utter cries of surprise. An overnight storm has covered the town in a blanket of snow that rises halfway up most of the doors in town. You grumble at first as you dig to clear the longhouse door and get on with your day. But the snow muffles every sound in a way you find soothing, and it isn't long before you and the other inhabitants are free. You breathe a sigh of relief. And then the attack bells sound. An Olgox warband approaches the town at speed, using their natural abilities to bound across the deep snow without slowing. The guards on duty scramble to assume battle positions, but when you glance toward the barracks, your spirits sink. The gates are still half buried. You see the massive doors bulge as the guards within push desperately, trying to swing them open against the piled snow. They're making progress, but you can tell they won't make it to the gate towers in time. Option A. Join the fight at the Outpost's main gate. You might be the only reinforcements those defenders get today. Option B. Dig out the barracks gates and get the other guards into the action.
Option A or option B, chat? Option A is to join the fight at the Outpost main gate. You might be the only reinforcements these defenders get today. Or option B, dig out the barracks gates and get the other guards into the action. And after you help them? I know, right? It's so rude. We are kind of getting towards the end of winter, which is nice. So, you know, we're only going to have two more winter events, Outpost events. So, I feel like so far we've gotten off pretty lightly. Bum, 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 bum. Option A, just. Okay. Option A it is.
You wade through the snow and up to the gatehouse just in time to join the fight. There aren't many of you to hold the town against a faster enemy, but the guards in the tower perk up to see they're not alone.
Ooh, game 2 morale. Did that just do it? Oh man, so close. One more morale and we would have had max morale. Ooh. Good job, everyone. Okay, wow. Pretty good result. So it's a 15 attack. It's targeting odd-numbered buildings in order of closest to furthest from the main gate. That's not awkward at all. So odd number, so mining camp, logging camp, alchemist. It's just these three. What about target 7? It's going to have 7 buildings at this point in time. It's crazy. So I guess it's going to be... Well, probably logging camp first, I should assume. What was the other option? So the other option was -3 targets. Wreck 1 odd-numbered building of your choice. Much worse. Much, much worse. Definitely the right decision there. Yeah, so it's going to be... Oh no, it's probably going to be alchemist, logging camp, mining camp. Oh, there you go. Right, so in terms of what our base attack values are here, we're actually incredibly good right now. We've got +15 from morale, 10 from defense. So our base is 25. So we're pretty good here. We've also got 3 soldiers to use, and we're only being attacked by 3 things. What I would probably say is that there isn't... The wreck on these is not terrible. We can probably just deal with them as they come. So I'm actually probably just going to let this one roll all the way through. Just hope that we don't get the wreck. See how we do. We've also got a bunch of resources, so I feel like we just let this one roll through. So, oh, need to remember that we got a town guard perk. Not that we get to actually do anything, but we got a check mark. So Alchemist, 0, safe. Logging camp, -10, still safe because we just need to hit the number. So we had 25, -10 is 15, 15 is the number. So are we good? Mining camp, -10, still good. Defended. Gain 3 collective hide. Do we want hide? Unsure. Trap can have like 2 maybe. And we can put 1 straight in the bank. Like attacks just feel very easy for us. When we've got max everything. Did I get the bonus 2 XP if I complete this? You get bonus 2 XP, do you? I did not know that. Where's that written? In the setup? Finishing a scenario? Challenges. Is it in the scenario completion? Scenario winning, I guess. Oh, you're right. Yeah. So XP each then. I guess that's nice. Okay, well, we have now finished, so we've done Outposts. Now we are going to do building operations. Let me just get this back in order. Now, in terms of money and things, I don't think we're particularly well off here. We really need the money for building stuff. Got 6 gold on the Deep Wraith, 0 gold on the Trapper, so we can't even build. This is so bad. I don't think we're going to do anything here with this. So we're going to do nothing. We don't want to buy anything. There's just no reason to right now. We need gold. Really need gold. I think we can, luckily we can keep upgrading to kind of keep doing stuff, but yeah. Not the best here. The building operations goes ahead, but nothing happens here, unfortunately, until we get that 10 gold. Not much we can do. So then we'll go to downtime. Downtime, we could potentially craft something on our trapper, I think. Actually, I don't know if we do need to do anything on our trapper. We're actually pretty well off here. We did a load of crafting last time, so... Guess the only thing with the Deep Wraith is to maybe craft something. But... no. Don't think it's worth it. I guess what I could do is, in theory, I could craft and then sell back to the shop to get the gold that I need. That is something I could do. If I've got a bunch of resources, like I've got 8 here, I could just, in theory, buy another traveling cloak or sell my traveling cloak back for 2 gold and then just kind of cycle that. Seems a bit cheesy to me, but I don't see it being against the rules. So I could just cycle this to essentially get myself the 4 gold that I need. So basically I could convert 2 hide here into 4 gold to give myself 10 gold, right? In theory. That's some wheel and deal thinking right there, yeah. I don't know if it's intended, but I mean, I don't see any reason why I can't just do that, just to get gold. So basically, I sell it to get 2, then I buy it back, then I sell it again, and then I buy it back again, so I've still got it. So we're still down 2, yeah. That gets us to 10. So that means that we can build the garden, which is what we really want to do. We want to build the garden. Okay. So I think that's it. I don't want to do anything more. I'm pretty happy with that. So now we're just going to go on to construction. And so we will construct the garden. Get him out. Worth noting in the spreadsheet, it says Trap's personal cost is 2 of 12, but you think it's already 3 out of 12. Did we upgrade 2 buildings yet? We've upgraded the, since we've had them, we built the town hall, we've upgraded the logging camp. I don't think so. Oh, no, did we upgrade Craftsman to level 4? Well, I think we did. Yeah, maybe you're right. 3 then. Craftsman was first, from level 3 to level 4. Then we did Town Hall. And we did Log Camp. Yeah, you're right. 3. So this will be number 4. Ooh. The most skill-intensive part's coming, the stickering. Yeah. Fun. Very fun. Okie dokie. Where is the garden? Hello? Aha. Nope. Oh, here it is. Oh, I love that we have to put little things down for it. It's so cool. We got like a little, we gotta put what we planted down. Right, I need to get the card out. Garden, level 1. Do. So the garden is right down in this bottom left-hand corner, which you can't see. Typical. There. I'm trying to like not push everything off of my table while we do this. Very hard not to. So the garden is going to cost 3 wood, 10 money. So that money's all got to come from our kelp. I'll need to make sure that this all matches the spreadsheet as well. I haven't updated the spreadsheet from today's session, so... And how much wood was it? 3 wood? 3 wood. That can all come from the Frosthaven supply. This one might be quite easy. Oh, this one looks nice and easy, actually. Famous last words. Oh no. Wow. I don't really know which one that... Is that supposed to be like that? Why would you do that? Oh, because that lines up like this. Oh. That makes total sense. That makes so much sense. Why? Yes. Okay. It... Like, there's... Like, they could have just made a sticker that fit, like, straight down on it. But, like, no. We're going to make it slightly overlap different elements. Which is nice, it makes it look more dynamic, but it's like, why didn't it just fill this plot? Why is it like half overhanging this plot? It's got a little gate that goes in. Oh. Hey, the Squinter. Thank you so much for your Prime sub. Thank you so much for helping me meet my sub goal. Appreciate it. Welcome to Adventure in Pie. Thank you so much for using your Prime gaming sub here. I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, well, I don't think we get to do the rest of the garden stuff, though, do we, today? Because we need to plant herbs next time. So we don't get to do this until the next building operations step. So we will wait, and that will happen in the next building operations step. And that's it. Right, that is it. That is a successful session concluded. Is there a first-time build bonus? Good call. I was going to forget that. We get 1 prosperity and we get to read something as well, which I'm guessing is maybe some rules. 1 prosperity. And we read some rules. 78.4. Or maybe not. This could be in Fortella. Ooh, looks like it might be. Let's have a look and see if we can find it in Fortella. Do. Craig would prefer rock garden. Yeah, rockery. It is. Right, here we go.
Once complete, the garden draws young and old alike to contribute to its maintenance. In the summer, it will grow Arctic flowers and edible green tinberries. In the winter months, root vegetables and squash. Among the rows, you greet Listeritus, a Savas who is busy tending to tea plants. Guiding you around,
Oh, not
its
him
rocky
again.
face tranquil, Lysteritus queries you about your collection excursions outside of Frosthaven.
If you'd like to plant a sample of what you find here, you will be able to propagate more of them for your use.
Lysteritus is patient with your many gardening questions and ends the day brewing you a cup of tea. As a Savas, Lysteritus only consumes rocks, but it enjoys the scent just the same.
It is transporting.
Lysteritus says, closing its
They can
eyes
smell?
and leaning over the waft of steam, evidently glad for a break in a busy day.
Wait a minute. Savas can smell? Kind of weird. Add event Summer 57 to the Summer Outpost deck and event Summer Road 46 to the Summer Road deck. Oh man. I'm just gonna pick this up. I'm stretching too much. All right, shuffle that in. Bit of a shuffly. And then 57. Craig could definitely smell the fear of his enemies. I always was under the impression that they couldn't smell, really. Like, you know. Okay, good. There you go, done. My mic just unplugged. Whoops. Okay, well there you go. That is everything, I think, for today, guys. Nice session. Nice to get a win under our belt with the new team. You know, like a nice confident win where I felt like both characters, you know, were really useful. It did feel like a scenario that was kind of playing nicely to our strengths, but you know, sometimes that happens. So, and hopefully we get more of those. Hopefully we get more of them. Thank you all so much for watching tonight. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it and have fun. This video will be up on YouTube tomorrow. So for those of you who want to catch up on the YouTube, it will be up on there tomorrow. I usually manage to get it up an hour or two before I go live. So it'll be like probably around about like 7 p.m. GMT, something like that. Tomorrow I'll be streaming as well, so same time, same place. We'll be streaming tomorrow and I will be cracking on with another scenario. So I think we'll probably, maybe we'll go and do the lurker stuff because we have to wait a little bit of time now with this because we put it in the calendar, so we'll have to wait. So maybe we'll go and do, not the lurker, the unfettered stuff. So maybe we'll go and do maybe the elevator scenario or something like that.
I think still, yeah.
Oh,
Scout wins.
That's the blessing from Scout. That's the blessing from.
Isaac, at this point, can we get your approval to add an additional attack modifier deck for allies in the digital version?